lovely wishes. It's Holly, and this is part 3 of the Q&A videos. We're going to have Alexa set us a timer, and then we'll visit for 15 minutes and hope maybe we'll be done this time. We'll see. Alexa, set a 15-minute timer, please.
15 minutes, starting now.
Thank you. Okay, we ended with Roberta. We're still working our way through Roberta's questions. What are the 5 top YouTube channels you watch most, and what has watching their channel their channel helped you? Well, first of all, absolutely. I mean, any channel I watch, I am, information is, well, for one thing, I'm an information junkie, but I also want to just say it right now that just because an influencer, including myself, tells you this is the way something is, that doesn't necessarily mean that's the truth of, being an influencer doesn't make us any smarter or doesn't give us any kind of a in on anything. It's just we spend more time focusing on that particular subject. So if you've got a way of doing things and it works for you, you don't need an influencer to tell you, including me, that this is a way. I do it a certain way. Maybe it will be helpful to you, maybe not. But anyway, I always am helped by everything I watch, and including how people put their videos together. All super helpful. Top 5. Excuse me. The first one that I ever really got started with is Get It Done Quilts. I can't think of what her name is, but she always says, stick with me and I'll show you how it's done. I love her attitude. I love how she goes about doing things. I like her a lot. Brenda at Conquering Mount Scrapmore. She's just amazing. She works on this super old sewing machine, and she just, yeah, awesome. Fallon at So Be It Quilts, or Quilting Quilts. Sean at The Guy Who Sews. Sean, when I first started my channel, I don't know how Sean ended up in my feed or in my comment section. I don't know how he found me, but he was so supportive and so like, I just love Sean. He's a cool guy. He does super cool sewing. He does a lot of really whimsical kind of neat things. It's fun to watch how a guy perceives that his wife is a knitter. They have dachshunds. He's just sweet. Oh, Chantel at Wildberry Quilting. She's new. She has been one of the wishes for a long time, and she started her channel a little while ago, and she's got an awesome channel. I wrote down a few. Oh, Mary Mabel Market. I just found that one recently, and she does a lot of cool this is how I do it kind of videos. So I'll put them in the description box in case you want to go and visit. Do you have a quilting project on your bucket list that you hope one day to complete? My Jen Kingwell boho, that was my this year's project. And that's not going to happen, but that would probably be it. How many of your wishes do you think speak answers to your questions while watching your video? It's anything like me, a lot of them. I talk to the screen all the time. So, yeah, feel free to put those in the comments too if you're talking to me. And as many comments as you want. I can't, like if I'm watching somebody's video and I think of something, they ask a question or they say something and I want to comment about it, I do it right then and then do another comment and another comment, because otherwise I forget. So feel free to do that. Do you name other objects like you do your box cutters? Yes, I name everything. Yeah, for sure. The car's got a name. Everything has a name. How much time do you typically spend sewing each week? I would say I probably sew 2 or 3 hours every day. And then the rest of my time is taken up with filming and editing and uploading and resting. So yeah, I'd say I would love for it to be more. You have such a calming voice. People say that all the time, and I'm really glad, but I'm sort of surprised. Have you ever led meditation sessions? Excuse me. Interesting that you would say that. I'm a certified meditation teacher, and when I got my certification was right before COVID. So could not, 2 years of not being able to, because you sure as in the world don't want to be in a room with a whole bunch of people breathing really deeply in the middle of a pandemic. So I've not ever really done anything with my meditation certification. But I do have a dream that someday, maybe next year, that one night a week during the warmer months, people can come and gather here in the garden and meditate with me. So, what is your favorite type of cookie? I am not crazy about cookies in general. But my husband makes a molasses cookie that I really love. They kind of make me sick to my stomach. You know how some foods just don't quite sit, but they're so delicious. So, thank you, Roberta, for all those amazing questions. Heidi Lee, did your house come with the labyrinth or did you create it? If you made it, how long did it take? My ex-husband and I built this house. His uncle owned the land and was subdividing it. And he offered to give us this lot because it had this extra lot attached to it, but nothing could be built on it because it's flood drainage. So, but it needed to be maintained. So we were young. We took it on. Why not? And all the time that the kids were little, it was used for everything. Ball games, and it was awesome. It was a great space to have for kids. We had a burn pit thing, fire pit. And we lived right behind the high school that my kids went to high school in. So it was a place for the kids were always hanging out, and that was good. Once they were gone, it was like, okay, we got all this space. So I don't even know why it got in my head that I wanted to make a labyrinth, but I went out and tried to figure the center of that space, and I took a tractor tire and I tied a big long rope to it, and I took a whole bunch of bamboo stakes, and I just took the rope and walked out a distance and put down a stake, and then walked more and put down a stake, and letting the rope out as I went until I just kept going around and around and around until I got it as big as I wanted it to be. And then I went back with the lawnmower and I just mowed a path in that same, between the bamboo sticks that I had put out. And then we did plant the crabapple tree that's in the middle, but otherwise we just watched it grow, watched it happen, and it's just a blessing. We've had engagements and funerals, and it's a pretty sacred place. It probably took me about a week to make it, I would say. This is the last Facebook question. This is Anita. Are aqua, turquoise, and teal the light, medium, and dark of the same color? Aqua, turquoise, and teal. Like baby blue, sky blue, and navy. The aqua, turquoise, and teal, I would say yes. That's how I would perceive it. The baby blue, sky blue, and navy, the navy's kind of dark for that. But I think you're on the right track. I'm not sure how that, check out a color wheel and see how they lay. And then she has questions about starch and DIY recipes. There are many products that can be purchased, and there are DIY recipes. Some include vodka and cornstarch. Have you tried any of the DIY recipes? No. Vodka and cornstarch. I think vodka in the sewing room might not be the best idea. Especially if you're having one of those days, Because I'm not a drinker, but, every now and then a little something might, yeah. Okay, so that's it for all the Facebook questions. Now I've got a few that people put in the comments. Caitlin is asking about other YouTube channels I watched, and we already touched on that. What type of quilts? This is Starla, I think. What type of quilts do you love to make? For me, it's batik and paper piecing. Yeah, absolutely. As far as what kind of quilts I like to make, it's whatever day it is. I mean, sometimes I like huge, big pieces, and, and other times I'm feeling like things more intricate. So, have you ever worked outside the home? What did you do? Yes, I worked for 15 years or so in circulation at our local library. I loved it. It was absolutely the best job in the world. It crashed and burned in a very dramatic way, but yeah, it was a good people. When you've got a job and you work with public, yeah. What do you listen to music while you quilt? What is your favorite genre and songs? I don't generally listen to music. I usually listen to books. I always have a TBR to be read pile that's like, and so being able to listen really, and I love listening to books. I don't have a specific genre or songs. Right now I'm loving Teddy Swims. Shoot, I can't think of the name of the song. It's his most recent one. I like Taylor Swift, but in my heart, I am late 60s, early 70s. James Taylor, Carole King, Simon and Garfunkel, Billy Joel. And I do have my turntable in here, and I do listen to vinyls every now and then, but mostly not music. Buffy's asking when I started quilting, and we already covered that, I think. And do I have a favorite technique? I would say that foundation paper piecing is my favorite. I love to do that. I haven't had the only quilt that I made using foundation paper piecing ended up sending to my husband's sister because she liked it. Some of these are questions that I've already answered, so I'm skimming a little bit. Past profession, I also, after the library, I worked in a yarn store, and then I started volunteering for a fair trade store, and that led to a job with that fair trade shop store, which was awesome for shop fair trade. And then I worked for a quilt store. Would you come to Texas and visit and quilt and meditate with me? My husband's coming to Texas in October. Yeah, Texas is not my favorite place, but I would love to visit with all of you and quilt and meditate with everybody. I thought somebody asked a question about going to quilt shows. I feel like maybe I missed something here. Hang with me for a second. Oh, do you attend any quilting retreats? Alexa, stop. We're almost done. We'll just finish this out. I do not, and I do not foresee me ever doing that in the future. When I say I'm an introvert, boy, trust me on I'm an introvert. I am a nearly reclusive. People, that's like I always, whenever I go out amongst the people, I always come home and go, why? What did they, I don't understand. I am also very empathic, and other people's energy sticks itself to me, and that's not always a good thing. So I do not foresee myself ever going to a retreat. I live very near Madison, Wisconsin, and they're having the it's a quilt show. I don't recall. Anyway, I think I might go to that. Maybe I might go to that one. But I would go alone and make it quick. Okay, so this is Carrie. What made you start this process of videos and comparing monthly subscription boxes? I did a video of comparing fabrics, but not like the lower end fabrics, to see whether you were getting your money's worth kind of on the lower end fabrics. And that video did really well, and it was, I thought it was really helpful information. Like, if you are going to spend your quilting dollars at a Walmart, or I don't even remember how many lower end places I got fabric from, you need to be aware that it's not good fabric. Like, really not good fabric. But some of it was, like Walmart. Walmart had awesome fabric. But anyway, I started thinking about subscription boxes, and that if you wanted a subscription box, it would be awesome for you to know what in general came in these boxes, and whether or not you wanted to spend your money on them, and then to giving them away so that you could see what's actually, put your hands on what's inside them, whether or not you think it's worth it for you to want to do it yourself. So, and it just became super fun. Just fun. The Battle of the Boxes is always just, you guys love to tell me what you think. And I love it back. So this is Laura Nolte. Laura lives in Canada. If you were able to travel up to Canada for a vacation, where would you go? Is there a place that you've heard about or seen on TV that has piqued your interest? Well, basically, I would go anywhere in Canada, Laura. I'm a huge fan of Canada. When we go to Minnesota, sometimes we drive across the Canadian border just to say we've been in Canada. I'm a super, well, as you all know, I'm a super woodsy. So any place back in the woods, the more woodsy, the better. I am somewhat curious about Nova Scotia. But overall, no. Anywhere would be good with me. This is Rachel. How did you come up with your dandelion love and wishes, your YouTube? Well, we already talked about dandelions, but when I started the channel, I wanted it to be more than just me talking to you. I wanted it to be the building of a community of other quilters that would support each other and me. And so I thought that if I came up with a name for you, that maybe that would like make a group. So I decided that Dandelion Wishes, lots of people say Dandelion Wishes, so you could all be my wishes, and it has, I think, worked. Especially the Facebook group. You guys are awesome to each other on that Facebook group. What kind of work experience that, perhaps a teacher? Nope, not a teacher. Didn't had no desire to be a teacher. However, I do like to teach like meditation small group things, but if I had 30 kids, I would love it. I would love to see more tutorial teaching so-long options. Yeah, I would like to give those to you. And I will keep working on it, but it takes a lot of time. It takes a long time to do those videos, because I have to move the camera back and forth, and I need to then edit those little bits into. So it takes me a few days to make a good tutorial. And I'm trying to do 5 videos a week. So I love to do tutorials. And if you've got stuff that you would like to see, like specific tutorials, please say so. I'll do my best. So that's it for the questions. Those are some really awesome, excellent questions. Thank you for asking them. And that is the end of the Q&As for right now. So be well, be safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.